Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, February 5th. Make sure you park your car somewhere. Snowband starting tonight, I think 8:30. They just announced that, so. Well, they just announced it like an hour or two ago, so yeah, check that out.
What happened?
It's not a snowband.
Oh, yeah.
People gotta park their cars and all that good stuff, man. It's been a wild few days, a wild couple of days. I don't know if you was even awake when this happened, but I was getting ready to fall asleep until when I saw Luka being traded. It's like everybody else thought. I thought it was fake. Because I looked at it first. I was like, yeah, that ain't real. Then I saw another thing. I was like, oh. And then I seen the dude. He said, nah, this is real. So I was like, oh. Crazy.
I didn't really know what to think, but when I heard the names, I was like, all right, star power, name power makes sense. But remember I talked about Luka's, how they use Luka, his usage rate? I just never see that as a what's the recipe for success. You know what I mean? And for them to just trade him like that, it tells us a lot about how they didn't rock with Luka like that.
Well, he said they fired everybody he liked.
I mean, he's entitled.
Everybody he liked, and then Mark Cuban's not even the owner. Also, Mark Cuban's not the owner no more.
We know.
Well, people don't know. They thought he still was.
Nah.
Yeah.
He sold.
People ain't know he sold.
Like
he sold
2-3 years ago, right? So he's a fan.
Yeah. I think he's like, he still has stake in it, but he's not majority owner. He's like,
He always got a seat.
Yeah.
He always got a seat.
Yeah. He's just chilling, enjoying the fruits of his labor.
And unfortunately, Mark Cuban was a player's owner. One of the few in the NBA that does everything to make his players feel comfortable. And you're starting to see now that some of these people upstairs actually think they matter.
Yeah.
Their name's not on one jersey. They don't score no points. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people really think that they're it's about them.
The thing about this trade that's just so, well, first thing is they need to win a title within the next couple years ASAP. Because the way this trade came about, first the dude, he just dealt with just like one person. It was kind of like one of those backdoor meetings type of deal. He's just like, yo, Luka's available, you want him? And the dude's like, all right. And then he could have got more, but he didn't. It was just like, whatever offer you're going to give me, we're going to get him because I want AD because AD's my guy. And things like that. So it just didn't make sense for them to just be swift with the trade, because they could have, if people knew he was available, they could have got way more assets. They could have got way more things to help them down the line, because you just got older too as a franchise. You just got older. Your two best players are Kyrie's 31, 32. I think him and AD like the same age.
Okay.
And stuff like
exactly his age.
Yeah, so they both in their 30s. You drop that, so it's kind of like people gonna be looking at it as like, yo, you better win the final. You better win a championship. And the Lakers, if the Lakers win one before y'all win one, it's gonna be like everybody's just gonna be looking at you like, dude, what? Because it's not like he just like.
I mean, I like it for AD. I like it for AD because he gets to actually play his natural position, the four. Because we sit here and stress about AD having difficulties with all these centers that are 20, 30 pounds heavier than him, and it's like he's not in the right position. And the last time they actually won is when they had McGee and Dwight Howard. He actually played his position. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I like it for Dallas. I mean, the Lakers needed another star with not the same type of star power with LeBron, but, similar influence.
Because, they got to build for the future.
Yeah, I mean, triple-double guy, does a lot, high-level scorer, you know what I mean? So they're setting themselves up for the future. And you're just trying to see what they can get out of this combination from LeBron for the next few years.
And the more you read about it, the more you see, they thought this dude from Dallas is a sucker.
Huh?
The more you read about the whole what happened and the scenarios and what went in there, they thought he's a sucker. A dude for the GM for the Mavericks, they thought he's a straight sucker for them, because the Lakers are like, oh, this is a bargain compared to what you could get. And then it's kind of like he gets up there on the press conference. Jason Kidd's like holding his anger. because, as a head coach, you don't want to find out the blue that the guy you love coaching, your best player, is gone just out the blue, like no heads up or nothing. This is just out the blue. That's like one thing I know coaches will get annoyed.
And that is part of the reason why I say these people upstairs honestly think they matter.
Right.
They honestly think they do. And they forget J. Kidd was a point guard, Hall of Fame point guard. You give him the common courtesy, let him know you're trading the point guard that he puts all, granted, him and Kyrie, but he puts a lot of his stock and energy into Luka. Yeah. So that's the least you could have did. A big man, all right, he might not have been as mad about that, but an Hall of Fame caliber guard, bro? Like, you serious?
He probably took the job because I get to coach Luka.
And then Kyrie gets here?
Right.
He's like, oh, man, I got two of the,
My life easier right now. But it's so crazy, too, because Anthony Davis is having a good year. Like, Luka's so good that people actually just, like, completely ignoring the fact AD's a double-double, like 26 and 12 and everything else he does.
But that's like every other game. Granted, I like AD. I think he's one of the most, he could be one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He's skilled. I think that time has passed. But, like, he's not consistent enough.
Right.
That's the only issue a lot of people have with him. So then it's like, all right, Luka is pretty consistent. He barely misses games.
Right.
AD, you don't know if he's going to get injured when he turns around and run up the court. Because his injuries are freak injuries, bro.
Right.
But that's because he's damn near 7 feet tall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Injury prone, unfortunately. So hopefully, being in Dallas helps. I don't really, I lived in Houston, so I don't know too much about how Dallas works. But
Dallas.
It's a fun time, though. Go visit Ann out there.
Yeah, it is a fun time.
And gone, by the way.
And then also Luka sells tickets. Like, people, you probably lost a lot. You probably lost a lot in ticket sales from people that, from season ticket holders too. Like,
season ticket holders, people who just like seeing a white man kill it. Let's be real, because we kind of rule the basketball world, so
and I think
it's not a problem at all.
Yeah, right. And I think he's been like one of the top jersey sellers too, like top 5 jersey sellers since he's gotten in the league too. So you just forget we could just not even talk about the basketball stuff, like all of the other stuff that that comes with having Luka on your team and stuff like that.
I think this will definitely have, I want to say, the house jumping. What was it, Crypto Arena?
I don't know what it's called now.
I almost said Staples again. But remember, like, the Lakers probably have, a great fan base, but I'm sure they have some fans they have some people who don't really care to support certain players, and now you got Luka in there. It's like, all right, let's show support.
New energy, too.
Yeah,
new energy. And, yeah, that game when he returns to Dallas, because all the stuff they're saying about him, they're like, oh, we traded him because of his conditioning. We traded him because of this and that and stuff like that. Kind of like bad-mouthing him or trying to throw him under the bus and stuff like that on his way out. He might break Wilt's record when he plays them again.
I mean, one thing you gotta know sometimes, just because they smile on your face, pat you on the back when you walk through them hallways, don't mean they rock with you.
Right. And Luka's dad even spoke about it. How that just like they all just don't like the way Dallas went about this. If you wanted to trade him, you got to let it be known. Then most players would be fine if you tell them, well, you're on the trading block, but not 2 a.m. in the morning. They will look at their phone and like, I'm traded. And like,
that's wild.
that is wild, but good for the Lakers, man. Not good for the Lakers because I'm a hater, but good for them. They needed some new energy, and it felt like the team they had, it was always just like, I want to play center. I don't want to play center. We need this. We need that. We need that. It's kind of, and also the GM he's making Rob Pelinka look like he's a good GM. That dude's been horrible since he's gotten that job. He's been horrible, and now with this trade, he's gonna have that job for another few years too.
It seems like Ron Pelinka can't win nothing, bro. Since Michigan, he just can't win.
This is his first dub in a while, so I have no idea when Luka's actually gonna be back on the court. They said that he was on the court like shooting around before yesterday's game, but he still got that calf injury that he's recovering from. And I've had a calf injury. I didn't know it was that bad until
I'm just thinking, like, he's not really that, like, athletic. He don't jump much, but he must have got kicked or something.
He can't, yeah. I had a calf injury once. You can't move. can't.
I'm glad I don't know.
Yeah, nah, you don't want to have that one. It's like you can't even run.
Like a cramp or just worse? I've had cramps in my cramps, thighs. Growing pains as a kid suck.
Bro, it's like you're stuck.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you try to yeah. It's bad. It's bad. It's pretty bad. Other NBA trade, we starting off with the NBA. Other NBA news, man, De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, they hooked up the Fox with the alien. The Kings get Zach LaVine. They team him back up with DeMar DeRozan. But this is a really good pickup for the Spurs. Actually, the Spurs, they got two guys now that are willing passers. That are going to be willing passers to the big man.
Yeah.
And it's going to help them with the floor spacing, too, just because how fast he is and, like, the stuff he could do offensively.
You need to look out for the Spurs, man. I'm just saying, like, yeah. Because I'm sure the Spurs weren't looked at as a threat because, your point guard's aging. Their youthful star is very young. He's still developing and figuring himself out. Right. But when you bring a current star into the world of the Spurs, ooh, man.
Right, you're bringing in 25, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
That's what you're bringing in. And you just, it might go up too. He might go up to 28 or something just because of just the free lanes and stuff like that.
He might not even need that with all this shit he's about to get. Yeah. He can go 23 and 12 or something like that. Because just having Wemby is going to take away from his game a little bit. Just because you drive to the cup. You see the giraffe up there. You gotta throw to Jeffrey. You look like Jeffrey.
Yeah, and the thing about this trade that's also great for the Spurs, Stephon Castle, they ain't even have to give him up, and he's having a great rookie season so far. He might be front runner for Rookie of the Year with the way he's playing. So you got all this youth. You got a couple of vets, Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. Second half of the season, we might see the Spurs make a run. Let me check right now where they are as far as playoff wise. They're kind of on that outside looking in right now at 21 and 26. But after the All-Star break, they can make a run. This is a good quality team they just put together, and this is how you build around your star. Put quality players around him. So, good luck. Other NBA news: the trade deadline is on Thursday. Bucks have traded Khris Middelton for Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, I ain't really been paying attention to him since he had all colored his hair that funny color, and he's been with the Wizards these last couple years. He hasn't really been doing nothing, but I guess the Bucks, you trade for somebody that's healthy and for a guy that helped the team when he's healthy, but he hasn't been healthy since they won the championship. So,
they a lot of people were posting, the 2K ratings when they were rookies and stuff like that. So Middleton, they got the most out of Middleton and vice versa. So he brought him a championship. He became, a starter. He was an All-Star a couple years, 1 year, right? Was an All-Star.
He was an All-Star, yeah. Might have been
they just bringing in a youthful, better talent. Kuzma's a little wild when you give him the keys to the truck, but you put him in the passenger side of the back seat, he's pretty effective.
Like I said, with him and like him and Austin Reeves, I put in the same category. When they're like your third or fourth option, they're good. When they're your first and second option,
you automatically know. He's automatically number 3.
Right.
Automatically.
Right.
See, he might be 3 or 4th option, so I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he should be fine. Maybe he'll start looking interested in playing basketball, because kind of playing for the Wizards will make you not interested in playing basketball just because how bad they are.
When you can do what you want, you're not going to win. For a fact, we're not going to win. They got 2 16-game losing streaks.
Yeah. They might have another one. They might got one more left. So, good move for the Bucks. We'll see. We'll see if the Wizards even keep Middelton or they just release him so he could get picked up by playoff contending team. So that's usually the case when one of these types of moves happens. Other trades. Oh yeah, the Mavs weren't done yet. They traded Quentin Grimes for Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin, known to only have good games when he plays against the Celtics. Did it again this year. Had a good game against the Celtics on Christmas. I haven't had one since. And now he's off to Dallas. I guess, hey, put guys around Kyrie and AD that shoot the ball and But
I mean, I'll be honest. I respect him, but this is news.
It's just a trade deadline. These are just the trade.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't have too much on that. They're kind of similar player. One's more of a mid-range assassin. The other one's 3-point specialist.
Yeah, but
both like 7th, 8th man on the team.
Yeah,
so good quality trade.
Yeah. They have these random games where they just look like they're all stars, and then they go back to regular old them. That's about it for the trade deadlines. This ain't really big news, but the Celtics traded Jared Springer, but they had to do it because of money-wise. That's a money move.
Jerry.
Yeah, he did have one. He had that good game against the Clippers for him, so.
I was just chanting Jerry Springer. R.I.P. Jerry Springer, man.
Oh, snap.
Hey. Link of the Soday tomorrow. Watch some reruns. Classic. They still show reruns, right?
I think so.
You need to. That's great daytime television right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we go to Super Bowl 59 preview, is Maddie a picky eater?
Maddie?
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Okay, because we talking to some parents. They always tell me their kids are just picky eaters. Like my brother, he's telling me his son, he a picky eater. This girl I was talking to, she was telling me her son, very, very picky eater. I'm just like, damn, what's this is this like the generation of picky eaters?
For one, you got to expose your kid to everything to see what they like, for one. So, her mom doesn't eat much, but I eat seafood. So she eats all that, but, she's picky to a certain extent. Yeah. She's, weird with some things she don't eat. Yeah. She's now eating fettuccine. But when I was younger and tried to get her on, Alfredo pizza or just white sauce, she's like, no, pizza needs red sauce all the time. It's just what? So, but she's not that bad though.
Okay. Yeah, I think because I was just thinking about it because even my little homie, this boy, he's the only kid I know, he don't eat cake, he don't eat ice cream. We'll have on his birthday.
Oh, okay.
He'll want the cake there, but he don't eat cake.
And as a kid, I was like that.
I was like, he don't eat ice cream too. I was just like, oh, you a different type of kid.
I ate ice cream.
Right. But him is just like, yeah.
But I only eat strawberry. Your parents buy the Cosmopolitan. There's 3 of us, so Dad like chocolate, Mom like vanilla, I like strawberry. And I get yelled at, on strawberry. It's like, yeah, for real.
Yeah, we ain't had no choices. It was 4 of us, so hey, y'all better dig in, or it's gonna be, you ain't gonna have anything. Man. Super Bowl is this Sunday, man. This is gonna be an interesting game. I can't wait to see how this game unfolds. But we talked a little about it last week. This game on one side for the Eagles, it's all pertinent on how Saquon Barkley does. The way the Eagles are gonna win is all dependent on the production of Saquon Barkley, because we know the limitations with Jalen Hurts. We know he could only do so much to a certain extent, but Saquon's just gonna be that recipe for them to get over the top and actually try to stop the three-peat.
I feel like in the NFL, you got 3 types of teams. Mm-hmm. You got, the quarterback-led team. You got the running back-led team. Mm-hmm. You got the defensive-led team. So right now, you got the running back team playing against the quarterback team. Because in the past, with Troy Aikman, for example. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a good quarterback, but we all know the man on that team was Emmitt Smith.
Right.
And the Chiefs are like the 49ers of Joe Montana. Or Brady.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So it's just, they have their own formula for success, and we're going to see which one's the best.
Yeah, and they've had to change their formula for success, too, because they used to be, we're going to try to put up as many points, we're going to put up a lot of points, and we're going to get the stops when we need the stops, but we know our quarterback's going to put up a lot of points and throwing the ball down the field. But since they changed it, it's been more methodical for them. It's been more wearing teams out. And I think a lot of teams, they weren't ready for that type of being on the defenses, weren't ready to be on the field that long against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs were so used to just scoring so quickly, but now it's kind of like you get a 3rd and 5. Oh, they throw a 3-yard pass, it turns into a first down, and then they do it again and again and again. It's just, and that's just exhausting for a defense. Like Philly's D-line got to get to him. They got to get to him.
Yeah, they make it difficult. Just got to make it difficult on both ends.
Yeah, but we know what the Chiefs are gonna do defensively. They're most likely gonna try to make Jalen Hurts beat them.
You have to.
They're gonna do it because them dudes blitz like crazy too. So.
You have to.
Yeah.
Look, you have to. You got record-breaking running back. Damn near, he could have broke if he wanted to.
Yeah.
On the other end of the field, you have to make Hurts beat you.
Yeah, and that was also intriguing about Saquon too. Was like when he gets out in the passing game, like he's a good receiving running back too. So I don't know. See if the Eagles are going to use him for protection, for blocking wise against the blitz, or they're going to just try to sneak him out of there. Because if they're not able to run the ball, try to do those short passes and just let him try to turn those into big plays. But a lot at stake here. Eagles could have a chance to stop another three-peat. Remember, they stopped the pass. They stopped the pass three-peat because they were showing clips of that Super Bowl the other day, and I'm still. Oh my gosh, that defense that day was so horrible. That pass defense was so horrible that day. It just makes you forget like Brady threw a Super Bowl record over 500 yards. I think he had almost had 600 yards passing.
Man, don't get me started, bro.
Yeah, is Philly's coach good?
Who?
Philly's coach. You think he's good? Because
I mean, I don't really know about him.
Exactly. Like these dudes been to the Super Bowl twice with him, and you never hear any conversation about him. Because that just makes you think.
I don't even know his name. What's his name?
Nick Sirianni or something like that.
I don't even know his name. Oh, there you go.
Oh man, Super Bowl is this Sunday, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But who you got winning? I got the Chiefs winning.
I got the Chiefs. I'll be honest, I might not even watch it. Mom Deuce was telling me that they the ban they're supposed to have about like racism for the Chiefs or whatnot. They're not putting it down because of Trump.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if we been watching the Super Bowl or not.
Oh, they trying to erase all this diversity and inclusion. We'll talk a little more about that after this. But let's go to Joey real quick. I got a little more on that after this. Let's go to Joey, then we're going to come back.
And that was the perfect field to do that on, fortunately.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Plus One segment. And we didn't do it last week because Joey, he had the flu, but he's back with us via Zoom though. But Joey, what's going on?
I'm doing okay. We're back. We're ready to go. Yeah, I had the flu. So if you saw my byline a little less last week, that's because I was a little under the weather, but we're back and feeling good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, the flu's been going around. A lot of people has caught the flu. It's actually happened to some players too. Some players have been missing time because of the flu too. Man, I guess it's that time of the year.
It's no fun. I hope all the student athletes and coaches and everybody stay safe and yeah, be careful for it.
Yeah, definitely. Joey, we only got, I think some teams have less than 5 games left in the regular season, and we got this week and then next week before like some of the tournaments start, before the state tournaments start. Man, it's almost over.
It's that time already. I'm sure you and me will be seeing each other at some unfamiliar gymnasiums, but we'll have some fun. And yeah, a lot of Lynn teams doing really well, clinching tournament spots. I know Tech girls, Lynn Classical girls, everybody. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I mean, let's start over there on Neptune Boulevard with the Tigers. They are on a roll right now. They are 7-7. I think they've won 5 or 6 straight. I think they've won 5 straight games. They've beaten some really good teams. They've gutted out some victories. Last night they picked up a win over Kip Academy, had a big lead. Then it was a little back and forth in the third quarter before they pulled it away. Man, they're rolling right now.
They're rolling indeed, and you talk to Coach Corey Bingham, and it's like a bingo card. He talks about defense, he talks about passion and physicality, and Lynn Tech basketball. That's exactly what they did Tuesday night against Kip Academy, despite a 25-point performance from Trosky Pena, who's fantastic on the Panthers, Giovanni Jean, and the rest of the Tech squad came through and they performed well. They didn't have a great third quarter, but the good start and the good finish was enough to seal the deal.
Yeah, Brandon Antoine Jr., he's been making some big shots the last couple games. He made a big shot on the road against Shawsheen Tech, which was a big victory for them. I think he had three or four. I think he had 3 triples in the fourth quarter that really put the Tigers over the top. So everybody, you know, they're still. I know they're still upset about some of the games they gave away early on because of the lack of execution late in the games. But these last stretch of games, they've flipped the switch and are now executing down the stretch when they need to.
And it says so much about a team and a program when you start 2-7. It's easy to fold after that, right? But the fact that they've equalized, they're back at 7-7, really says a lot about Coach Bingham, the program, some of the lead players, and the depth, of course. So really excited to see what's going on with both the Tech boys and girls. Yeah,
and got to give shout out to their bigs too. Ms. Diaz, he's actually stepped up in a big way on the glass. He's been a rebounding machine for them. He's been a force, still getting acclimated. Only a sophomore, understanding the varsity game, but he's been very key for them in this stretch. Another team that is real rolling, the Lynn Classical boys, 10 in a row for them. They're gonna. Not sure if the game tomorrow will be happening because of the weather, but they are rolling right now. They got another victory over Somerville. And just off the top of my, I haven't asked you this, but who would be your MVP for the city right now? Because for right now, I think it's clear-cut favorite. Rolky Brea-Arias is probably the MVP of the city right now.
My goodness, that's a great take, and I wouldn't disagree with it. There's so many to think of. Maybe an all-star team would be better suited for this city, but a lot of 1,000-point scorers, a lot of MVPs. So no, it's so impressive what happens throughout these 5 schools and 10 programs. So just I think it says a lot about the coaching, the culture in the city, and I know we love covering it.
All right, and we are back. Okay, about that whole diversity and inclusion and all that, how it's just trying to be erased, and all these companies are like, the biggest benefactors of that whole diversity and inclusion is it ain't black folks, it's white women.
You know what I deal with, bro.
The white women and white men are like the biggest beneficiaries of that, because if we go back to history, you just gotta remember white women, they couldn't vote or do anything.
White women don't know what side to be on.
Yeah, they couldn't vote, they couldn't do anything like that. So some of the, like, affirmative action, yeah, you could look at it like it was for black people, but it benefited white folks.
They couldn't vote, they couldn't do certain things, but if you married a white man, you benefited from all that cool stuff.
Right.
So it's like they were always able to lean on both sides of the fence.
Right.
Let's keep it real. They want to play with us, saying we had it hard. You only had it hard if you want to be independent.
Yeah. So that's why I be laughing when I'm reading all this like diversity and inclusion stuff, because I'm just like, yo, like the black folks that are getting those positions, they already had to work like 8 times harder than anybody else. So like, they got there because they earned it. It wasn't because of no program.
The look I get when I go to work every day. They like, who is this guy? Why does he look like that? Is he even able to do the job? Of course I am.
Right. So
I purposely dress this way for the kids because they appreciate how I dress. I'm not here to be intrigued by adults. That's weird.
Right. So yeah, just a little history for y'all, because there's so much conversation about DEI. First of all, y'all people freaking they done gentrified DEI, they done gentrified the word woke, they done gentrified a whole lot of stuff that for whatever reason. So I mean, hey man, we just live our lives. I just observe and just go on with my life. But what were you gonna say?
I'll be honest, bro, I forgot. All this stuff is stupid, though. Oh, we don't worry. Like, I just feel like, what's up with the random coaches? Why can't we all just worry about ourselves? People always worry about what everybody else is going on in their world. We don't worry about them at all. I don't get it.
Someone said it best, man. Black folks, they be over there minding their business, just minding their business, living their life, and then boom, here comes some folks just bothering them for no reason because.
Oh, you mean what I deal with? I just want to be left alone half the time. And it's like so hard. You know what it is? When people see your peace, it bothers them. They don't have inner peace or even outer peace. So you know what? Let's go mess with his feng shui.
Yeah, that's
Let's go F up the feng shui.
And that's basically what what he just said and what they just said. That basically just summarizes this whole DEI stuff. Like, got a whole bunch of people minding their business, and now we don't want to get it out of here. Like, what?
Story of my life.
Oh man, NBA All-Star reserves were announced. I ain't gonna talk about all the reserves, but I think there was a couple snubs, 2 in particular. The Cavs got 3 All-Stars. I don't think Darius Garland is having a better season than Trae Young. I mean, Trae Young should be in there over Darius Garland and Tyler Hero. Like, one of them.
You ain't gonna talk about my hero.
I'm just saying, like,
talk about my hero.
Like one of them. Like one of them.
I already called this a couple years ago. So we ain't doing that.
But one of them, like, this dude's leading the league in the assists. He's averaging a double-double. He's having a really good year. Another All-Star caliber year. I think he was snubbed last year too.
But isn't Trae Young like one of the least liked players in the league by like people upstairs and like?
Yeah.
So that's probably why. Even though that shit, I don't understand why people think feelings matter.
Right.
It's all your production. Can you do the job? How good are you?
Right.
That's it. How you feel about how good they are to do the job does not matter.
Yeah, and
it don't matter.
And I feel like if you're leading the league in assists,
that's automatic.
You should be rewarded. Then flip it to the Western Conference. We got the guy leading the league in rebounding. He's averaging like Sabonis. He should be. I mean, he got a case to be an All-Star, but. You lead the league in rebounds. You haven't even a double-double, close to a triple-double. I think he's averaging like.
You got the most in the league, don't he?
I think like 6 or 7 assists.
You got once again, you're putting the wrong people in these positions to make logical. If you're leading in certain categories that your position is like known for,
right,
you're automatically in there.
Automatically.
Especially when you're a good player.
Right.
You're not coming off the bench leading the league in rebounds.
Right.
Or averaging 2 points leading the league in rebounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and he's one of the more durable players in the league. Like, he hardly misses games and stuff like that. So it's like, last year he was just 13. Like, he leads. I'm looking at it right now. I think, he leads his team in points, rebounds. I'm sorry. Well, now he does, now that they traded De'Aaron Fox. But he led them in points. Now he's leading them in points, rebounds, and assists. Like, you getting 21, 14, and 6? What? What?
But, it's tough.
That is.
You have some young teams that weren't supposed to be good that are good. So they got some guys that deserve to be in that spot. But, from what I've seen in the past, you got to wait your turn sometimes.
Yeah.
And some people got to get snubbed, but usually people get snubbed are the ones that, like, this might have been their first chance. Mm-hmm. So they got to show that they're consistent with this performance or how they play.
Right. And also the hypocrisy, too, because last year, boom, Celtics overwhelmingly had the best record in the league, right? Only 2 All-Stars. Like, Derek White had a serious case to be an All-Star. Porzingis had a serious case to be an All-Star. The Cavs now, best record in the East, they got 3 All-Stars. It's kind of like, all right, like, what?
Like, I just feel like when it comes with us, it's deeper than just the Celtics. This is New England. We're just, they call us Title Town now, and legendary, bro. Yeah. That's all. It's just the history of the Celtics, bro.
Right. But, in a normal world, if you're like, I'm talking about last year, not this year, but if you're a team that has the best record and you're having a record-breaking season, you actually deserve 3 All-Stars.
I agree.
But anyways, on another note, the Celtics, they did beat the Cavs last night in Cleveland. Derek White had a big game in the fourth quarter, 14 points in the fourth quarter. So I feel like now they're kind of like turning it up a little bit before the All-Star break. and then gonna make a nice push late. Because I don't think they care about having the 1 seed at this point. I don't think they care. They got the best record. I mean, best road record, 20-6 on the road.
They know how to win.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. They just know how to win.
Yeah. So, the ways I've been watching, and some of the games they've lost, it's kind of they kind of just like whatever. Other than that, just gave it up and because they've been a few games they just gave up the game.
I haven't watched much of them because I expect to see them in the playoffs.
Team, we gotta give y'all an update on the Bruins. This is the time we gotta give. Hockey's going around, so we can't deprive our hockey fans of Bruins coverage. So we're gonna give you a little bit of Bruins coverage that we have right now. The Bruins are 27-22-6 on the season, 5th in the Atlantic Division. They just picked up back-to-back wins. They beat the Rangers 6-3, and then they shut out the Wild. What team's the Wild from? Minnesota? I ain't know Minnesota had a hockey team. I ain't know they had a hockey team. They beat the Minnesota Wild 3-0 last night.
The Minnesota Mittens?
They call them Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it?
Minnesota Wild Mittens?
I don't know.
You need gloves in Minnesota, right? Some mittens.
Need a lot of things. But the Bruins are back on the ice tonight, February 5th. They are at New York. They are taking on the Rangers. So, all right, Bruins. That's our Bruins update for y'all, for you avid hockey fans. Maybe we'll get a little more in depth later on, but they gotta do some more winning because only being 5 games above 500, they ain't gonna cut it. They ain't gonna cut it at all. Get it together, buddy. Lastly, before we go into boxing updates, A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark both had their jerseys retired over the weekend. A'ja Wilson, she's done a lot of great things for South Carolina, and it's just kind of like a full circle moment for her because she was talking about her grandma and how her grandma couldn't walk on that campus and stuff like that, and for her to have her jersey retired.
Why so late and why so soon? That's all I want to know. She done had the statue in front of that building for how many years now?
Like 2?
She done played for that building how many years ago?
Years ago.
This girl just got out of college. I'm just saying, what's the criteria?
Well, you know who this South Carolina too. So
once again,
little bit of that ism.
Yeah, that's the point. There shouldn't be any. You know what I mean?
Played in it, but yeah, they should have definitely retired her sooner. Right after she graduated.
I mean, right after you at least put the friggin' statue up.
Right.
Now you got a statue in your jersey not retired.
Hey man,
that's just dumb.
The intelligence of the Southerners,
I'm starting to think the intelligence of people in society as a whole. We get to pick a few out.
I think both teams won too. So Iowa beat USC in that game.
What?
Yeah. Couldn't lose on the jersey retirement night. So, but I didn't watch the game. But it was
you out there shaving. Nah.
I ain't watched the game, but it was allegedly it was a good game. Allegedly. Let me look it up right
allegedly.
now.
I'm sure it was.
Most of the girls' games be good games. They just be, I don't know, but I'm trying to find it for you.
Boom. Take a picture. As he's trying to find it.
Oh, that. I can't find it. Oh, it was 69 was the final score.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's their first loss to the season. First conference loss. They were not in USC's first conference loss. They're in the Big Ten now. I don't know who's
I don't know what California teams are where.
Yeah, me either.
I know Northeastern teams. California, I can't help y'all.
Juju had 27 in that one though, but yeah.
Well, what about the other one? The freshman.
Let me look. What is the freshman's
Some
name?
had to be off then.
What's the freshman's name?
I forgot.
Kennedy Smith?
I don't know, top of my head.
Well,
She's like a big forward.
Well,
wing.
Juju had 27. Kennedy Smith had 11. Talia Von Oliphant had 3. Raya Marshall had 2.
Yeah,
And
the other play was off.
Kiki Irafin had 13. So, yeah.
Yeah, the other play was off.
Lucy Olsen dropped 28 for Iowa.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, that's it. We got boxing updates for y'all. Pedro, there was some fights over the weekend.
Oh yeah, it was a great fight. Benavidez, came out on top, but it wasn't as easy, man. I think that he hasn't carried his power to 175, but his boxing skills are unbelievable, man. So take a look. Yeah, you see the tail of the tape. So they were basically matched. The Cuban guy was actually pretty good.
Well,
He's not experienced.
yeah.
He's not experienced as David Benavidez.
They're
Yeah.
bigger than him, though.
Yeah, he was kind of bigger, yeah.
All right.
But it's just the way Benavidez actually handled the fight, man. Especially towards the later rounds.
Because he be punishing guys that, at certain weights. So so now the weight cut, his power in the weight caught up now?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and it just looks like a guy that knows how to close out a fight.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He might not have the power right now like that, but it's just the way he knows how to. Technically, he's unbelievable. He's an experienced fighter.
Canelo, stop ducking him.
That's right. Supposedly he's gonna fight Crawford.
Yeah, they said they have a date, but they just haven't signed the date.
Right.
They haven't signed the paperwork yet, right?
Not yet.
Quick
They have a
question.
date.
Do you think he felt like he won that fight? Because looking at his face,
Here's the fight actually.
I'll ask it after. I'll ask after.
Oh, damn.
And that was at the 10th round, but it was almost 10 seconds left.
Once again, I've never seen that lady Perkins in my life. Where was she at?
There were some, I believe, 3 titles that were vacant as a heavyweight. No one wanted to fight Danielle Perkins. She's too big, strong, scary. But Clarissa stepped up. And there you go, man.
Who's the random Jewish guy?
Undisputed. He's a promoter, by the way.
Of course.
Nah, money.
What? Yo.
Got Lou out there. I seen that on Instagram. And I was
That was that the comedian dude?
yeah, it's Lou, yeah.
That's his name, Salida Promotions.
Okay.
Jewish. There's always a random Jewish guy that got it. Oh, you had a question?
I forgot what I asked.
About the Moron Benavidez fight.
Oh, yo, do you think he felt like he won that fight?
Well, Benavidez?
Yeah, you seen his face. He looked kind of skeptical. He looked kind of beat up, too.
He did a little bit, but again, it's just the way he just manages to fight throughout the fight. Like, you know how some guys need knockouts to win?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do that.
But he looked bruised up. Homeboy looked perfectly fine.
Remember the stats,
Yeah.
punches and stuff like that, he was ahead.
But that's why I'm asking, because dude looked perfectly fine. So it's like, is your power punches even doing anything? Because his stuff was doing something to you.
Right about that. It's just the way he handled it in terms of he went to the body a lot.
Okay. All right.
Moron didn't.
All right. I didn't watch it. over the weekend.
No.
I didn't see me. Nah.
Alrighty. Any other updates, or that's all?
Real quick, the next big fight is actually this one. There it is right there. Bitter Biv versus Bivol, second match. So, but look at the lineup though. Unbelievable. Riyadh season.
Okay. Paige, did you see Fulton and what he had on during his fight?
Right, yeah, Timberland boots type.
Yeah.
And some jeans cut
You
up.
better win dressed like that.
You gotta win.
Yeah, you gotta win.
That's exactly what I said. I'm better with it.
But that's part of having those luxurious outfits and stuff like that. That's the point. You got to perform in them.
Right.
Especially you from Philly, so you
Yeah.
gotta win.
Yeah, you would have been clowned. Okay. We got interviews. We got highlights. Check these out, then we're going to come back. All right, Coach, you guys came out here, handled business, 16-23 victory. Closed the first half on a 16-0 run after they got it down to 2. What did you guys do to close out the half and the NBA to get momentum?
Played that good old Lynn Classical boys defense. And I think our guys responded well. Somerville's a very talented, well-coached team, and our defense set the tone as we've been doing all year long on this 10-game winning streak.
Another balanced attack by the group. Everybody contributed. Everybody had a hand in this game. Just how do you like the way this team, the last few games, different guys have stepped up, but collectively as a group, they've all had major contributions in each of these wins.
Everyone's defining their role right now, and since we came to GPL champs, everyone's just getting hungry by each game, and everyone knowing their role. You know, the staff, the kids doing a good job in school, student body, and we're just getting better each game at the right time.
Right, you guys, really good momentum going, 10 in a row for your team. You guys got a couple more tough games coming up before you start getting ready for postseason play. But how is this last stretch going to show what this team is made of? Because February in high school basketball is an important month to position yourself up. So what do you want to see in this next stretch of games as you guys prepare to make the tournament?
Consistency, staying together as a team, coaching staff preparing the guys, and just being ready for a tournament run. It's not my first time at the rodeo. I know what it takes in the state tournament, and we're preparing our kids for down the road stretch, and we're just taking that one game at a time approach. And like I've been telling people from the start, it takes time to develop kids. Our kids respond, and they're getting better each day in practice, and not only that, they're doing the right thing in school. And as you know, Mark, being around basketball, it's a game of runs, and we're adjusting very well, and we're gelling at the right time.
All right, Coach,
I appreciate you.
All right, fellas, y'all jumped out 15-2 lead in that first quarter, and that pretty much sailed through. I mean, what led to that big start?
We're coming off a tough loss against Lynn Tech. Our coach talking about playing desperate. We can't play like, we can't play like we're 13-2 now. We can't play like we're 13-2. We got to play like we haven't won a game yet. So that's really the mentality we're going to have for the rest of the year, and we're going to keep playing like that every game.
You guys just talking about defensively. You guys really made it difficult for them to score. It was tough for them to get a lot of shots. Even the shots they did get, the good ones they did get, they weren't falling because of the contest. Just like, how in sync were you guys defensively in this one?
Our chemistry felt really good today. It's usually really good, but it felt better than usual. And like he said, coming off a huge, deafening loss, it felt really good to get back out there.
Yeah, and it was such a couple of days, you guys had time to reflect on that loss, but how did you guys just put that one behind you? Because you guys definitely came in here with a different type of focus just to pick out the game.
We started off in practice, we had a team talk right after the game, we're going to stop fooling around in practice, right as we step on the court, it's serious, it's all business, taking time before the game, locking in, so that's really all it is.
Franck, for you, another big offensive game for you, 32 points. What was working for you offensively?
It was really this guy sending me most of the screens. I wouldn't have most of my points if it wasn't for him always looking out for me, helping me get mine.
Lastly, we're down to the final stretch of the regular season. We got some tournaments coming up in a couple of weeks. But what do you guys have to do to close out this regular season properly, just so you guys can give yourself a good momentum heading into the state tournament?
I think we just need to do exactly what we've been doing. Keep being a family, keep being a team. Keep picking each other up, talking on defense, all that good stuff that good teams do.
And listening to our coach and everything he says.
All right, fellas, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, DJ, man, you guys are 10 games in a row. You guys are playing really well. What's kind of been cooking for you guys these past couple games?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. We've had some players step up a lot. Deshaun, he's been on a roll, been hooping. He's been hooping on a roll. Rolky, he's been double every week. Shy, he's been keeping his composure, getting to the rim. Everybody's been playing well.
Deshaun, for you off the bench today, but you came in, got your offense going real quick, but just different. Having come off the bench last year, was that just you misunderstanding they need you to score when you come in there in those type of situations?
Yeah, I really didn't contribute last game when we played Everett, but my teammates was just telling me to keep it up and help them contribute to the wins, and yeah, I did that today.
It seems like we're getting to February, you guys are positioning yourself for a good spot for the tournament. You won the GBL, now you guys are going to get a good season, you're getting a gold game. How are you guys going to be able to just close out the season in the way you guys want to so you can keep the momentum going?
Make sure we keep playing together, have chemistry to keep winning games.
Honestly, we gotta keep practicing, keep working hard. It all starts in practice. Keep working, keep staying together. Everything's gonna go well.
Thank you.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. About to wrap things up here. Hey, by the way, I know Valentine's Day is coming up next week or so, but as I said on my social media, your Valentine is probably someone's sneaky link. So, hey man, your I love you is somebody's you up. Are you up? Oh, what you doing?
Oh, I owe you.
Oh, I owe you. So I mean, I see like the Valentine air. You know, people are all in it, but just remember, just remember, don't go all in, and then next thing you know, you crying somewhere.
You know what I tell people? Don't let her contact you until the 15th.
Also, fellas, some advice too. If you want to get a chick off a rebound, February 15th is the best day. Like that.
But make sure your hands are ready to catch the ball.
Yeah, you want to catch a chick off a rebound? That chick you've been wanting, if she didn't have a good Valentine, just monitor her social media, because the next day you might be.
You might have to box out though. I mean, a couple other guys getting a rebound.
These are just advice from us. But to all the happy couples, hope y'all will have more Valentine stuff next week probably.
Oh, we will.
But this is just our quick advice for you all, because y'all be madly in love for no reason. We're gonna have a full house next week. We're gonna have everybody next week. We're gonna see if Ant's available. He'll be on. Gonna have Stevie on because there's some boxing stuff happening. Sheedy is fighting at Mohegan's Son, or what's the other place in Connecticut? That other casino.
I forgot.
Or Foxwoods.
Oh, my brain's not even here today, bro.
Yeah. So Sheedy, he's fighting out there next weekend. So yeah, we'll have more info on that next week. You going? Possibly so.
What day?
Possibly so. It's a Saturday.
The 15th then?
Yes.
I mean, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're going to roll up there.
Yeah. We might make a trip up there. And then also, not even a week or so, the past few days, over 3,000 people have died in Congo due to, due to a lot of things happening, corruption. A lot of countries helping out Rwanda to bring their mercenaries or whatever folks in there, people fleeing. So, last I heard it was like over 3,000 people have died, but it's a black and brown country, so nobody cares. We ain't seen no pray for Congo. We ain't seen people put their flags up for Congo.
That's crazy.
Why? Because everybody's benefiting from the minerals and the natural resources there, all the tech companies and stuff. So people are dying for the technology that we all getting over here. Kids are dying, and nobody's saying a word because it's all being assisted by the people that are just trying to keep the country destabilized in the way it is for it is. So just putting that out there for all my folks in Congo. Yeah,
man. One day for Congo, man.
Yeah, one day we'll get it right. One day we'll get it right, and one day we'll get everybody up out of there that are just stealing and killing everybody, and put the right people in place to have the country where it needs to be.
Man,
so
people are sick, man.
Yeah.
People are sick.
They need, a lot of countries, African countries, need to take a page out of what the leader of Burkina Faso did. He done got everybody out of, all like the people stealing, the Europeans, he got them out of there. Whatever debt that Burkina Faso owed has all been paid to, but
and he don't have no weird suckers in his cabinet.
No, he's gotten everybody out of there.
There's always one or two of our own that ruin it for us.
Yeah, but the folks in
open the back door for them to come in. Like, come on, bro.
Basically out there. But the folks in Burkina Faso, they've gotten it right. They're getting their country back, taking their country back, putting it together. But don't be surprised if you hear a story about him being assassinated, because I'm pretty sure there's probably some assassination attempts on him right now.
Come on now. There's always gonna be one sucker out the crew.
Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say. We'll see y'all next week. There'll be a full house next week. It'll be a fun show next week. And yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here.
Pray for Congo though.
Yeah,
man.
pray for Congo.
That's crazy, man.
Am I going up to BC tonight? Oh, they play.